And we've reached the final three. Thank you for sticking with us, folks. We really do appreciate it. For night 29, we are taking a look at the gothic fairy tale gone wrong, Mama. This film was released on January 18th, 2013. It's rated PG-13 and clocks in at 1 hour 40 minutes. Was written and directed by Andrew Muschietti, with Barbara Muschietti also having a story and screenplay credit, and Neil Cross also having a screenplay credit. The film stars the fantastic Jessica Chastain as Annabelle, Nikolai Coster-Waldau as both Lucas and Jeffrey. You may also know this guy from a little low-budget TV show that nobody watches called Game of Thrones. Megan Charpentier as Victoria, Isabelle Nellis as Lily, Javier Botet and Jane Moffat as the physical model and the voice of Mama.
All right, I'll look into that. Get back to you. Okay, bye.
Thank you, God. Sweet.
The story opens with Jeffrey taking his children away from home, having just killed his business partners and his estranged wife after the financial crash of 2008. He wrecks the car and they find shelter in a cabin where he has decided that he's going to kill his girls. Before he can do so, some mysterious force kills him. For the next 5 years, his twin brother Lucas continues to fund search parties in order to find his brother and his nieces. They finally do locate the girls in that cabin, Victoria and Lily, but they are feral and kind of crazy after so many years of isolation. Now, under constant care, Victoria is finally able to come around and even recognizes her uncle after she puts on her glasses, which he returns to her for the first time in years. Lucas talks his girlfriend Annabelle into moving in with the girls at a fully funded home so that they can be observed by their doctor for medical purposes relating to the girls' recovery. But the girls bring with them the strange force that killed Jeffrey in the woods, an entity that they have come to call Mama.
Night.
Mama is a beautiful gothic fairy tale gone wrong. It's the tragic story of two little girls who lose their parents and are cared for by a nurturing and horrifying ghost for 5 years before being found again. The focus of the story quickly moves to Jessica Chastain's Annabelle rising to the challenge of becoming a mother-type figure to the girls once Mama injures her husband Lucas and puts him in a coma. The ghost Mama and Annabelle, in her unlikely role as mother, surrogate mother, vie for the kids' loyalties, and when Mama fears she is losing Victoria, all hell starts to break loose. The emotional and scary story is based on Andy Muschietti's short film of the same name. I can't emphasize how engaging this movie is. Jessica Chastain's transformation from the irresponsible, I can't stand kids type of person to being willing to fight and die for the girls is perfectly executed. Nikolai Coster-Waldau's dual role as the twin brothers is a little less juicy than Chastain's role, but it's a very solid performance from a very gifted actor. Megan Charpentier as Victoria truly steals the show here as she struggles to balance her loyalty to the ghost that raised her, but also allow room in her heart and in her life for Annabelle, is very, very touching and very sweet. Likewise, Isabelle Nellis's tragic performance as Lily, the feral little girl who just can't let go of Mama, is, in the end, damn near tear-inducing. Mama is one of those rare horror films that has believable characters that you want to root for, a monster with an actual logical purpose and consistent behavior, and a story that wraps up on its own terms and makes perfect sense even if you don't want it to, and even if you don't like it. It is beautifully composed and shot, with some very clever angles allowing Mama's presence to be felt, even when her slightly overwrought CGI body is nowhere to be found. The score is beautiful too. Fernando Velasquez perfectly captures the epic horror and tragedy of this film story. So what's the verdict on this one? From the first time I saw it, Mama instantly became one of my favorite horror films. It's a little uneven at times, and Lucas being removed from the story for such a big chunk of time, especially so early on, seems a little weird at first, but it does pay off in the end. Mama is one of those movies that somehow feels bigger than the sum of its parts, a little bit more epic. There's more to this than just what you're seeing. There's a lot in the subtext. I highly recommend adding it to your lineup. I give Mama all 5 well-deserved Grimms. That's it for this edition of 31 Nights, 31 Frights. Thanks for listening and watching. I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button and checking out all of the other shows we have to offer here at Grimm's Scary Tales.